I am back, and today we are watching She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, Season 4, Episode 9, Hero. Last time, it was a pretty emotional episode, especially for Bo. I'm just double checking that I'm recording. I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, I am. It was hard because, like, Bo, Seahawk, and Swiftling kind of went on a boys' day, and, like, Seahawk had a plan to, like, help Mermista feel better by having her save them, but it got all messed up. But I think the more long-running consequences of that are, it's, like, that it's more between Glimmer and Adora. If you would like to watch my full reaction to that last episode, to see the whole thing, especially there was like 2 songs in that episode that obviously I had to cut out, you can check that out on Patreon, linked in the description. Thank you to all my patrons, especially if you're watching the uncut right now. And you can also support the channel for free by subscribing and liking and commenting about how we feel about last episode. But yeah, it was really hard. The Glimmer and Adora have been butting heads for a while now, and neither of them really seems to know how to fix it. They kind of both just, like, get snippy with each other. And it can be hard when, like, there's something wrong in a friendship and you can't really identify what it is, and it takes work. But neither of them seem really ready to do that yet. They're both trying to, like, fix it in the wrong way by, like, focusing on other stuff. But I'm hoping that we'll see maybe Adora learn some stuff this episode, and maybe with her on her own. It sounded like at the end of last episode she was gonna go off on her own to try to find the weapon Mara was talking about. And I have a whole thing about that. Like, I do not think a weapon is what they need. Mara hid it for a reason. But I'm hoping this time apart, maybe it gives them some space from each other. Because sometimes when you're, like, angry with someone or you're fighting, you actually do need a little bit of space to, like, think it through, put your thoughts together, and then have a more productive conversation later. So it would be interesting if that's kind of what happens instead. Just because it's hard to see our girls fight. Like, I know it's plot, stories have complications, but it is kind of hard because you're like, no, I just want them to be happy, but I know I have to probably wait till the end of the show for that. But, you know, I miss the best friend squad. On the other side is Catra, who only just realized that Scorpia left. Like, they invaded a whole fucking country and she didn't realize that Scorpia wasn't there. But we also saw Catra kind of talking about how winning doesn't feel like she thought it would. And I'm interested to see if that kind of leads to her realizing her mistakes and the parts where she's gone too far, and maybe we see some growth from her, because I think she's capable of it. The writers are obviously capable of writing it. I'm interested to see her actually go through that, and I hope it's, like, really satisfying, because I can see it coming. I just want it to happen. I have not read that little blurb. I stop at Hero episode 9. But yeah, I do think this is Adora on her own for a lot of this episode because of the implications of her talking to Bo last episode. But I hope by at least the end of the season, her and Glimmer can be in a better spot as we go into the final season. But I don't know. I'm worried about it. But I'm just ready. So let us dive in to episode 9. Razz! We love her. But
it's Mara.
Yes, of course you're Mara. Who else would you be? You must be around here somewhere.
Madam Razz?
Hello?
I'm not Mara. Ugh, it doesn't matter. Razz, you have to help me. Everything's falling apart. There was something.
The giant fucking spiders.
What are you
Whoa.
How am
Their
I
powers
doing
are
this?
insane.
How is it possible without the sword?
She-Ra is you.
That's what my superiors always told me.
You cannot control magic. Magic simply is.
People, are you talking about the first ones?
The sword. She promised. We were
She didn't
going
come
to
back.
make the pie. I've been waiting
Oh,
for so long.
they were gonna make the pie probably the day she disappeared. I'm gonna cry.
It helps you remember.
Oh, Mara.
Dora, not Mara.
There is a great evil at the heart of Etheria, Adora. And it is waking up again.
Heard of Etheria? There was a reason why she broke everything. Why she put us into Spondos. She was afraid.
No time. There's no time.
Please, Razz, you have to remember something.
Adora, Mara, it always ends the same. The present, the future.
Oh, she don't look good.
Mara, dearie, you're just in time. The pie is almost...
Razz, listen. I figured out what my people are doing with the heart of Etheria. What
Are they
they've
gonna
done to
tell
the
me?
planet.
the pie.
Tomorrow, Razz. We'll make a pie tomorrow. I promise.
Oh, and then she never came back.
But I can keep them from hurting anyone else.
Mara!
Were the first ones more related to the Horde than we thought? But Hordak doesn't seem to know anything about them. Oh, did they take the She-Ra magic out of her?
Come on, Swifty.
Where are we
He's
going?
like, why is it never chill?
Pie's done.
I knew the first ones were up to no good. I stand by it.
You're not Mara.
Ah! Ow!
Madam
Poor
Razz.
Bo.
It's okay. It's just Razz.
She never
Madam
explained who that
Razz?
is.
Adora, you have
How?
everything you need.
I have everything I... Wait, I know this. She-Ra.
What are you doing, Mara? You are behaving erratically. Where is the sword, Mara? It is your destiny to be She-Ra.
No, she takes it into her own hand.
Was to be a part of your machine.
The heart of Etheria has been activated. Your mission will be fulfilled.
No thanks,
There
Light
will
Hope.
be peace throughout the galaxy. You're trying to disable me. It will not work. The heart of Etheria will achieve its function. This is
She's
your
Mara.
destiny.
She shouldn't lose herself in that.
You're not Light Hope. Activating portal into the dimension of Despondo. Adora,
Oh, did she leave her a message?
I know you're there. I don't have much time. It means I failed. I don't know what they told you, but it wasn't all bad at first. We were
Oh,
the
God.
first ones to settle Etheria. You can't trust Light Hope. She's been reprogrammed to set off the weapon at any cost.
Are you
I
not
didn't know
hearing
what
that
they
it's
were doing
bad?
Until too late. I knew they were rerouting Etheria's magic for their own purposes. The Heart of Etheria project. It was supposed to be an energy source capable of so much good, but that's not what they made. I opened a portal to a completely empty dimension and pulled Etheria in. I hid us from the rest of the universe to keep everyone safe. I saw what they would do, the deaths that would follow. I couldn't stop them before, but I can now.
I
Adora,
feel like Adora has
this
to figure out a
isn't
different
over.
option.
The heart of Etheria is still siphoning magic, storing it. So it's up to you now. I couldn't stop it. In the end, I wasn't strong enough. But you, Adora, you will be more powerful than they ever planned.
But her body wasn't on the ship.
Adora, I believe in you.
Like, obviously, it would be like a skeleton, but I guess people could have taken it in the Red Waste or something. So,
Sacrificed herself to save everyone.
that's heartbreaking.
She was brave, my Mara.
No. Oh, that... Sorry, that one was heartbreaking. I'm glad we finally got some answers. Some of that I have been suspecting from the beginning, and that just comes, I think, along with watching a lot of shows, and I took a lot of like film and show analysis classes and writing, and just being someone who consumes a lot of content, you like know story beats, and like you can look at a bigger story and be like, okay, this is probably going here versus here and things like that. And from the beginning, with Light hoping like Mara went crazy and like destroyed everything, I was like, I don't buy that. That's like too easy and too random. Versus there was something bigger going on here. And I think a lot of people probably picked that up. And it was nice to finally kind of get a lot of Mara and understand who she was and her goals. Especially, like, I don't think the first ones in the Horde are the same, because Hordak obviously doesn't know much about first one stuff. But it's interesting that there were two groups working to, like, well, I guess she put the planet in the dimension and then Hordak accidentally came here, is like the timeline. But it's interesting that his portal led here, that he was able to like get here despite her separating them. I do think being separate from the universe is probably not the actual answer. It's the best one Mara had at the time. And I think it's gonna be up to Adora to figure out how to turn that weapon off and maybe give the magic back to the planet. Maybe that's a part of why there are people born without magic on the planet now. Maybe it was less common back then, before they started siphoning. I'm not sure. But it'd be interesting. I hope Adora's realizing she can't use the weapon, because it would destroy the planet and kill everyone. And Adora seems to be anti-killing everyone. Shocking. We didn't get anything other than Adora and Razz this episode, which was actually kind of interesting. I thought we might cut between this and a B plot, but we didn't really have one. But I think that worked, because I was fully invested in this the whole time, and I think if there was a B plot, it would be hard to care about it as much as I cared about finally figuring out why Mara did what she did, and what the first ones were up to, which we didn't fully, I guess, get, like, why they want to destroy the rest of the universe. Like, why people gotta do that? Maybe we could all just live in peace and be chill. Like, why you gotta conquer another planet? One planet's not good enough? Damn. But yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with what we learned in this episode. I almost cried a couple times, because I was just like, oh, I feel so bad for Madame Razz. It makes sense now why she seems very, like, switching between Mara and Adora. It's not just, like, her glasses. It's the fact that she seems to jump almost through her memories, which is a really interesting take on her, like, not being able to tell the difference about what happened at which time. But hopefully this information will be helpful in some way, and I just want Glimmer and Adora to be friends again, guys, so I hope somehow they can bond over this and maybe talk and move forward. But I do think this show has to end with them leaving that dimension, right? Like, they can't stay hidden. I just can't see that being the ending, but I don't know where it's going. I'm excited to find out, though. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next week for episode 10. I'll see you next time.